All right. Well, welcome to Voice Podcast. My name is Reed.
I'm Danny.
And today we are bringing 3 students in to talk about their project for the United Way.
Yeah, they're business marketing, right? Or business
yes.
HR?
HR.
HR,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah. So they are working with many different charities in the community, and they're trying to raise awareness to St. Lawrence and many other people in our community to make sure that people in the community can help out with that charity.
And make sure that you can help out too, because they will be talking about the dates and everything that we can that you can do to help them out.
Yes. Yeah, and again, you can listen to this podcast on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify,
Google Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
all the podcast platforms,
so many different things.
YouTube,
and you can reach us at our extension 1677. Nailed it.
Was it?
Nailed it. I did it. I didn't even have a script in front of me. Isn't that crazy? All right.
I would have got that one wrong. I was thinking 7716. No. Get that backwards.
It's a crazy memory. All right, and let's get right into it.
All right.
Well, welcome, Catherine. Can you tell us a little about yourself and sort of why you came to St. Lawrence in the first place?
Well, I stayed home a long time with my children, and when I went back to work, I ended up being laid off because the company was bought out by another company, and which ended up bringing me here, having more opportunities to get a job that I enjoyed and loved, which that ultimately brought me here.
To St. Lawrence.
Yes.
Yeah, and so you're a mature student.
Yes.
You're right, and so
you can't tell, right?
No, I couldn't tell. But when you said that you had kids, I was like, oh, that makes sense. You know, it's like the mature student. But how have you found coming into St. Lawrence? You know, in your what program are you in, by the way?
I'm in business human resources.
Human resources,
yeah.
And how have you found that being as a mature student, like being with your classmates and your teachers and things like that, like some of your experiences?
I actually quite enjoy it. I find the younger students have such a different perspective than I do, and especially working in teams or even their contribution in class, it's very interesting because it's a lot different than my own. But it's really nice to see, not just the younger students, but international students as well. They bring a much different perspective, so you seem to get a wider viewpoint.
Definitely, we step outside our bubble a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, very nice.
Exactly.
So why don't you tell us about this project that was assigned to you? So what is the project as a whole?
So it's a in project management course. And the course, the project itself was to help United Way in their fundraising campaign that runs from September to, I believe, mid-December. And we were to pick a charity that we related to and really liked. So each one of the groups in the class picked their own. Mine is Girls Inc. So my
daughter goes to Girls Inc. Well, both of them, yeah.
It's an amazing program.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is. So this project is basically to bring awareness, to fundraise if we could, but just bringing awareness to the school and the students within the school, because they most likely haven't been exposed to that before.
Nice. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Girls Inc. and why you chose that specifically?
Okay, well, like you, my daughter actually participated in Girls Inc. over the summer, which it happened to be a free program. And of course, as a parent, it was like, yes.
Yeah, get out of the house.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it turns out she had an amazing experience. For 2 weeks, she probably would still go if she could. She had enjoyed it so much. She actually made friends that she never met before, and she still talks to them now. But just the growth in her, and their biggest thing is for girls to be strong, bold, and smart.
There it is. There we go.
Didn't see that coming.
I saw the tape fall, and I was like, you know what? It'll be all right. Just the one little tape. But no.
But we keep rolling, right?
Yeah, the show must go on.
Absolutely. As Deanna would say, pivot.
Yeah. So Girls Inc. It's a pretty cool program. My kids go to it. They go after school.
Yes.
Right. And it's like you said, right? Like they go and it's like empowering, and I like it because it's like, as a father of girls, like there's not a lot of like space for girls, right? So it's like it's good for me to send them to somewhere they can be like after school, be safe, be good, be encouraged and pushed and do things that maybe they wouldn't normally do, and they find friends and things like that. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, and not only do they help them be physically strong, but they help them to be emotionally strong too. So many girls don't have confidence in themselves. They don't like the way they look. Navigating in the world today can be difficult. Not that it can't be difficult for boys, but just for girls, having that power,
right,
is amazing for them.
Definitely.
Great. So, can you tell people how they can help you out? Can anybody help you out with this project in any way, or is this just something to promote? How can people get involved, I guess?
Absolutely. So on November 22nd,
That's coming up.
Yes, next couple of weeks is coming fast. So my project and my team working together, we have invited self-defense instructor to come in. He's donated his time, a 2-hour instruction class. He's actually happens to be a Kingston police officer that does this on the side. So he's volunteered his time. He's coming in. We're going to be in event space C. And to register, I have all the information to register. So that we know numbers-wise how many we're expecting. As well, on November 22nd, we'll have a booth so that people can come by and learn more about Girls Inc. They also could use volunteers in their program. They're expanding their programs wider across the city, so they need volunteers to come in and help with those after-school programs.
And is this self-defense class just for girls?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I want everybody to come.
All right.
For a small donation, you can come into the class. It's a 2-hour class. You learn theory, and he will actually go through how to defend yourself. So if people from the street want to come in, absolutely.
Poke the other person's eye. Just boop.
Exactly.
Self-defense class over.
Great. Yeah, so that's November 22nd then,
Yes.
at Event Room C?
Yes, from 9:30 to 11:30 is the actual class is when it's going to be held.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for being here today and letting everybody know about Girls Inc. and your involvement with them and how we can help you get your message out and learn more about Girls Inc. at Event Room C.
Excellent.
November 22nd.
See you there.
Thanks so much for having me.
No problem.
Thank you, Catherine.
Thank you. All right, welcome back. And here we have Elizabeth, also doing another charity. You're working with
Dress for Success.
Dress for Success. All right. But first, before we get into Dress for Success, we just like to ask you a little bit about why you came to St. Lawrence College. How long ago? You said you're in third year?
Yeah, so I'm third year marketing.
Yeah.
So project management is my elective for this year.
Okay.
I chose St. Lawrence. So I'm from a little town called Osgood, and I knew I wanted to move out, but I didn't
Is that
know.
here in Ontario?
Yeah, it's like right, but it's south of Ottawa.
Okay.
So it's only about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's not that bad. But I knew I wanted to move out, but I didn't know where I wanted to go. So I chose Kingston because I have family here, and it's not too far from home, but it's just far enough away that I can say I don't live at home anymore.
Fair enough.
So I chose St. Lawrence, and I've loved it every year that I've been here.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. So why don't you tell us a little about Dress for Success and what drew you towards this project?
Yeah, so I did my placement with them last year, and their whole mission statement is that they want to help women feel empowered by giving them the clothes that they need to give them the confidence to help them get a job or get back on their feet, things like that. So as a group, we all decided that we agree with their values and their mission statement, and that was something that we wanted to bring awareness to and really grow that so that other people can get the chance to benefit from what Dress for Success does. So our main goal is to raise awareness about Dress for Success and Well Suited, which is a partner company that does suits for men. So yeah, we chose them just because I really appreciate what they're doing for the community and think that they can really bring that a lot further with more help.
All right. And how is your partnership, and how can we help you further your partnership with Dress for Success?
I think just awareness is the biggest thing.
Okay.
So just tell everyone about Dress for Success and what they do. But the way that they work is you need a referral to go there.
Okay.
So they do
Where are
work-
they located?
So they're right on Princess Street.
Okay.
Just close to the Canadian Tire there.
Oh, okay.
So they work with referrals. So if you come from St. Lawrence, then they would take you in. But if you can't just go off the street type thing, so
Okay.
if you email them with your student email, they'd reply. But yeah, no, just I think awareness is the biggest thing that they need right now, and any kind of fundraising that they can get.
Very
Any
cool.
charity, I think.
Very cool. And is there a way for students at the college specifically to get involved? Like, do you also have an event coming up for Dress for Success? Sorry, I
Yeah,
keep
so-
stuttering over that one.
It's a tough one. Dress
Yeah,
for Success.
yeah.
It's too many S's.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what my team's doing is we're doing a suit drive. So we're still reaching out to Dress for Success for more information about that, but we're going to do it December 3rd, I think Tuesday morning. And so we're going to bring in some clothes from their shop to here, and then just have a booth, raise awareness, and then also give them the opportunity to get new business clothes. Because as business students, you always need a nice blazer, a nice shirt or something. So, and they've done that in the past. However, they didn't have enough volunteers. But now that this is a project of ours and we're super focused on doing that and doing that well, we're going to devote all of our time to that, and especially like marketing ahead of time, that we're going to bring that into the school. It is also going to be very important.
Right. So like basically have like a drive for people to bring in clothes, and then also give clothes out to people that may need it that day. That makes sense. That's a pretty cool project.
Little give and take kind of thing. Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. All right, Elizabeth. Well, it's been great, and that's a great project, Dress for Success, and Well Suited. We definitely look forward to seeing you raise a lot of clothes and money and awareness.
And awareness, yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you. It'll be good, I'm sure.
It will definitely be.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
And welcome, Brianna. So, Brianna, why don't you tell us a little about why you came to St. Lawrence and what brought you on your journey here?
So I'm kind of a mature student myself. So I actually, right out of high school, I went to university. And then 2 years later, I dropped out. I was like, that's not for me. So I needed...
University is hard.
It is.
And it's not just the studies. It's like, it's tough out there.
It is, especially like being away from home right after, like right out of school.
Definitely. You're so young at that age. Yeah.
I was 17.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like
That's
I wasn't
crazy.
even 18 yet. So I ended up dropping out, and I was like, I need some reality. So I worked for a couple years, and then someone brought me to Kingston. So I've been living here for about 2 years.
Where are you originally from?
Brockville. So it's
Okay.
like an hour away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kingston was basically like another home. I've got lots of family here.
Okay.
And it was just time for me to go back to school. I was like, I want to get out of this minimum wage job life. I really want to start my life and a career. And St. Lawrence College just seemed like such an easy leap or a next step to get on that track.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So I just kind of looked at all the courses that were available. I was like, HR sounds pretty cool. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Very cool. Very cool. So why don't you tell us a little about your project and what gravitated you towards that specifically, that company specifically?
Absolutely. So we chose Interval House Kingston, and we specifically chose Interval House Kingston because they work with women, youth, and children. And we read a statistic when United Way came and spoke to us, and the statistic was that typically women make up 20% of the homelessness population. But here in Kingston, they make up just over 50%.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a huge shock. So my group is all female. There's 4 of us. And when we read that, we realized we really wanted to choose an organization that would help women in the area and kind of work towards regulating homelessness. So Interval House Kingston, that's not necessarily their mission, but it's something that happens on the side because they're providing women, children, and youth a place to kind of escape abuse or violence. They gave them a safe haven, a temporary home to help them get back on their feet. So that way they're not on the streets, they're not on someone's couch, they're not couch surfing.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it's pretty heavy stuff. I'm guessing, like looking into that and working with that. Have there been any challenges or any adversities working this project forward?
Every group has its challenges, definitely. One challenge that we've definitely had is sensitivity. So because there are 4 of us, we've all got different personalities. Some are a little more forward than others. So we don't necessarily know each other's backgrounds, and we don't want to step on anyone's toes or make them like feel insulted in a way, I guess.
Right.
Because it's a very sensitive issue, the whole thing.
Very sensitive, absolutely. So that was definitely one of our struggles. And they say like working in a team, storming is like one of the 4 phases, and like storming happens for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
When you've got a larger group, you're all trying to figure out what each other's personalities are like and trying to just narrow it down to one specific project to help out this organization instead of all these mini ones or just kind of getting way out of your realm.
It's staying on track, right? Like I find like group work, that's the hardest thing is like staying on track because there's so many ways that we all kind of want to go and
Yeah.
we got to stay there. Yeah.
Stick to your goals.
Yeah, stay the course, right?
Yeah. It's easy, especially when you have, like, we had thought, oh, maybe like a bonfire, we'll have friends, we'll do like a fundraising that way. But then we kind of lost sight. We were like, oh, it's like a get together. We're like, no, you got to pivot back. Like, no, this is for the organization.
Right.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're doing now specifically?
So now we have decided to have a info booth. So on November 22nd, we will be in the cafeteria from 8:30 to 11:30. So we are going to have a info booth. We're going to have free candy to incite people to come. And we're going to have just facts and information. We're going to have flyers for them so they can learn about this. They might know someone who needs this type of organization. They might themselves need this type of organization, just kind of be stuck and not sure how or where to get help.
So it's drawing awareness to maybe get some more referrals to the house itself.
Absolutely, yeah. And because they are a charity organization, we're also accepting donations on their behalf. So we'll have a box, but not just monetary donations, like physical donations as well. So like, raid your bathroom. If you've got bath products that are unused, they're brand new, like bring them in if you're not going to use them. Like someone else definitely will.
Yeah, definitely.
Great.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
For being on the show today, and we definitely look forward to seeing the booth on November 22nd. And it sounds like there's a theme. There's a lot of things happening on the 22nd. Then, so is your class going to be set up like on the 22nd? Is that what's happening? Is you guys gonna have
all
like
going to
a
be spread out, sort of
big thing?
You betcha.
All of those things.
Check.
There's 2 project management classes, and we're both going to be in the cafeteria. We're
gonna
all
be
going to have
tight.
tables. Absolutely. But I mean, everyone's going to have candy to incite people.
Ah,
Or some
that's
people are
my
having
favorite,
games.
yeah.
Candy day.
So, yeah.
Candy day. I don't even have class that day, but you know what?
I'll
I'm
be
coming
there.
in.
Free candy. I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks for
and
having
good
me,
luck
guys.
with everything.
Yeah, definitely.
thank
We'll see you
you.
on the 22nd.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so that was interesting. Learning a little bit about the United Way, and
I didn't know a lot about any of those charities. Actually,
none.
so-
I knew one. I heard about one. The
Well,
Dress for Success. Other than that,
you hear about them, but you don't really know too much about them, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the sort of nice thing about today's episode is that you get a little insight in these charities, and the fact that there's so many charities out in the Kingston community that we can find out about and we can help out about, and something that you might not even know that is actually holds near and dear to yourself.
exactly. And because there are so many charities, there is one out there that can either help you out or that you can help them out, you know, because there are, you know, charities are usually run like on volunteer basis and things like that. So like if you want to help or volunteer, you could definitely help them out. If you need that service, you know, it's there are a lot, and that there is definitely they're doing a lot of good work for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So make sure to check out somewhere in the school on November 22nd to see all of the charities that are being promoted and find out how you can help out.